stacks.
All right, hello everyone. This is Josh, also known as Yashu. You're just tuning into episode 95 of the TLOY Talks podcast. You know, you can get this on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Buzzsprout, much more. Check out the Patreon. We have the link in the bio. You know, once you access there, you know, there's like tiers on like what membership you could join and all that. Like whatever works for you, just select that, and you'll get like early access to content and everything else too. And you know, we'll definitely get it started right here. You know, we're almost at the 100th, and you know, I definitely want everyone to tap in more, you know, check out the content and much more. And yeah, you know, let's get it started, you know. So we actually have the ambassador for Afrobeats in Toronto right now, you know, coming up on his experience, you know, with hosting a lot of events, parties, working with like a lot of like well-known artists like with Tome, Wizkid, Pretty Boy Dio, Stone Boy, BNXN, and even Asake as well too, you know, has made like a lot of like milestones within the scene, like since he came to Canada in 2015. You know, we have Fusi Hype in the building. How are you doing today, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good, yo. If you don't believe the hype, you're what? You're dulling yourself, man. This guy just gave me a very nice, you know, hype. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm feeling good. I'm good. Glad to be here. It's nice to be here. Yeah, and thank you for inviting me here, to be honest. I don't know, actually. So, yeah, we'll start from there.
Yeah, man, likewise. You know, like, I definitely try to, like, tap in with, like, a lot of people who are, like, putting on for the city in, like, any other way, shape, or form. And, like, seeing you put on for the Afrobeats community, it's, like, a very, like, amazing scene. And, like, having, like, a lot of people on. And, you know, it's dope to hear. And, like, even working with, like, a lot of people like Tome and much more, you know, I'm glad to see the experience and growth and all that, you know. And yeah, we'll definitely get it started, you know. So, growing up in Nigeria, like, that was like, your birthplace, correct? So...
yeah, and actually, I was born in the UK and then I moved to Nigeria. So, yeah.
Okay, so growing up in both countries, like, what were they like growing up at the time? And would you say it was like a good experience back then, or would it be different?
I would say I had a very, very good experience because I'm like one of the last kids for my parents. My parents gave birth to 8 kids. So I'm the 6th. So when they gave birth to me, I felt like they're pretty doing well in life, you know. Things were going well for them and everything. So, yeah, I was born in the UK. I stayed in the UK for a little bit, and then I moved to Nigeria. But things that my parents have always been traditional, you know, they're in the traditional business. So like, they sell like, you know, fabrics, traditional fabrics. So I've always been in tune with like the cultural side and everything. And my dad liked, you know, African music, Nigerian music. So yeah, it was always around me. The music was always around me. My parents, you know, like I said, they were traditional, and they put that in us and everything. So yeah, it was very good. For me, it was very, very good because I was, like I said, I was one of the last kids, and my parents, you know, they were doing okay at that time, so it wasn't really bad and everything. So that's what I would say. It was a very, very good experience for me, I say.
Yeah, no, I definitely know what you mean. And I know the UK and Nigeria, like around like the 90s and 2000s, like they were starting to grow with like a lot of sounds too, with the whole garage sound, with, you know, with Afrobeats, with everything else too. So even in those like countries growing up, like let's say specifically Nigeria, was it big for music back then in terms of being like that industry country? Or was it just like a community at the time as opposed to like now?
I feel like when I was born, I was born in 94. So just like at that time, I feel like the Afrobeat scene was getting bigger. Like my parents were very traditional. So they listened to like, you know, Fuji, you know, like the old school artists, and they were really, really good. They really like that kind of music. So I feel like it was big in some certain niche markets, but internationally it was growing and growing. People were getting to hear the sound. But like in Nigeria, we were highly influenced, but there were a lot of American, you know, music in Nigeria at the time when I was growing up also. So there was a mix. At the time where I was like, in the era where I was born, I feel like Afrobeats was getting more recognized internationally. There were a lot of artists. But like my parents, like I said, my parents listened to a lot of like music. Like we're driving to school and my dad is playing like some traditional Nigerian music. So like, yeah, it's been there, to be honest. Even in Nigeria, like they actually like listen to a lot of Nigerian music in Nigeria.
Yeah. No, for sure, because I know like D'banj was like a big artist like back then. I mean Tiwa Savage was like doing her thing back then. Like I've noticed like it kind of like grew more, I think, within the 2010s and all that. Like especially with the whole like mixtape sound, and like a lot of them worked with like Rick Ross and like J. Cole and all those other people too. So
yeah, I would say it has been big from time. Like there were artists like, you know, King Sunny Ade, Fela Kuti, Wasiu Ayinde. There were people that were actually like, you know, Mac Check. I can't remember how to pronounce his name still, but like there are a lot of artists that are actually like doing it globally on the global scene at the time. I feel like you said, in the early 2000s, I feel like a lot of more collaborations were happening. Before, there were not a lot more collaborations, but like, there were more collaborations, a lot more Nigerian artists, featuring American artists, featuring artists in the UK, international collaboration. That's what made the whole scene, go big. I come with the time that the band, featured Snoop Dogg on the song. Davido featured, was it McMill at the time? There were a lot of features at the time that, collaborations that made the scene. The bands got signed to good music at the time. So there were times that, it was very, very big.
Oh, that's facts. I definitely agree too. And, even growing up, what were you like from the start of birth until now?
I feel like like I said, I was one of the last kids. So I had a lot of privileges. So that made me a very, very stubborn kid. Like, I was very, very stubborn. I was a very, very stubborn kid. I was tall. So I got a lot of attention for being tall. Center of attention. Everybody's always see me and everything. I was very sporty. I like sports. I can't lie to you. I just like sports. Always look forward to sports. Got in a lot of trouble. And I just liked being social. I'm a very confident guy, so I like to socialize, meet new people. Like, I play a lot of sports. That was my way of meeting people. Because during the days of playing sports, we got to go to other schools to see other students, play against other students, meet other people. So I had it very, very from there. I just started meeting people. A lot of people knew me. I won't say I was popular, but a lot of people knew me because I was everywhere, I was everywhere. So from there, I'm just like, I came to Canada. I was meant to come here, to be honest. I was meant to go to America. I already had admission to University of Virginia. I got rejected. Maybe God didn't want me to go to America. And then the second option was Canada. So I came to Canada and I seen that the scene here, I was always near to Nigeria. Like in high school, I always tried to bring artists to my prom. I was into it. I just like the music scene. I just like the environment. I like the culture. I like the stardom. I like the attention and everything. So I'm like, how can I, get into this industry? I can't sing, obviously. I can't dance, obviously. So what else can I do? Maybe I can, promote, be a manager, be a hype, something rather than singing or, dancing or something like that. So when I came to Canada, it's more of like, people are not really, messing with the culture over here. Like, I didn't, like you said, it was getting big in the UK and America, but in Canada, when I came here, it wasn't really that big, it wasn't really that mainstream. A lot of people are not really listening to it. So I'm just like, how can I make these Canadians, listen and fuck with Afrobeats? Like, it's actually cool and everything. So I just like, with my kind of person, whereas I love my culture, I love where I'm from. So I'm like, I want to impose my culture on these people. How can I impose it? I started with the music. I was doing parties. At the time, from parties, I started, promoting my artists and everything. So yeah, it was getting bigger and bigger. So that was, I would say that's my journey. I've just been always a sociable guy and always a center of attention, to be honest.
Yeah, and I mean, you came like at the right time, like back in like 2015, because I mean, Drake was like really tapping into. He was like working with like Wizkid, and then I think that's like even like the whole like One Dance thing, like that was like kind of like that breaking point too, in a sense, So
yeah. I think when Drake even featured on Wizkid songs, Oju Elegba. At the time, it was very, very big too. So yeah, it's cool now to see that a lot of people are, messing with Afrobeats. Afrobeats artists can come to Toronto, sell out the Scotiabank Arena. I don't think a lot of people believe that, but now they're believing and everybody will listen to some Afrobeats now. So it's really good. I'm okay excited. So
yeah, for sure. And as far as like, like the whole like PR, promo, and like artist management, like who were like the first like groups of people or like even the artists like that you like kind of like tapped in with first, and like how was that experience like?
I had a lot of networks. So I used to I always just wanted to be at the right places. So I met so many people at the time, and I used to hustle to be backstage. I would see some people, meet some managers. I worked at some radio stations in Nigeria, just building my network. And from there, just like everything just, came together. You meet so many people, you meet so many important people. They know you for what you're doing, and then you just, get in contact, and from there you ask to work with them and they see the work you're doing. And like I said, Canada was a new market. I feel like that's why if I went to America, it could have been different, right? Like Canada is a growing market, so like people didn't really know what was happening in Canada. So I was like the guy that was, telling them about what's happening in Canada. You come to Canada, there's a vibe here, like Canada is gonna be the next thing in a couple of years. So like that's what I started doing. Like, if you want to promote your music in Canada, I'm the guy to come to. If you want the DJs to play your songs in Canada, I'm the guy to come to. If your song is popping, I'm the guy that'll probably let you guys know like this is the most popping song. Let the Canadians know like this is the most popping song in Nigeria right now. So I used to go to DJs and there were different marketing strategies I used to get the Canadians, and they seen it and they appreciate it in Nigeria. So I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, for sure, man. And like even like when you worked on your first major event, like how did you approach it and what was like that process like, starting from scratch and until like the event was like finished?
My first event actually when I came to Canada was like a party actually. I think one of my friends' party in high school. She was doing a party and she told me to help her organize it. And like I said, I knew so many people. So I got the DJ, invited so many people, did the setup and everything. And then the party was like, it was crazy. We didn't expect it. And a lot of people came because I knew a lot of people, invited my friends from all over. And then from there, that went successful. And then from there, I went to university and then me and one of my very close friend called Franklin, we did a house party and it was crazy. Like we did a house party with like 2 houses, 2 different vibes, and it was crazy. And then from there we're like, yo, let's do another party, and then from another party, another party, and then we're just using that as a platform to promote Afrobeats, because if you come to our party, you're going to play Afrobeat, because nobody was really playing Afrobeat at the time, and everyone said, listen to it. So me and my guy did like 4 parties, and from there we're just like, yo, what next? Like, what do you want to do next? What type of party? Like, what do you want to do next? And I want to enter like the artists, see the artists, be at concerts, and then that's how all that started. So yeah, my first event was a party, and then from there, I started doing like concerts. I started working with artists to promote their concerts. I started working with promoters to promote events, and I've done a couple of events myself. So yeah, we thank God.
Yeah, and I mean, I think one thing that you also do is like, you create the jerseys for like the artists too. Like I've seen that with Asake, and then I've seen that with BNXN. So how did that come about, like in a sense?
Okay, yeah, it came about from the parties, like I said, I did my first party, second party, third party. I think I did third party. I did party. I didn't know what the party was for the culture, another one or something like that. So like one of my parties, I made a jersey called another one, right? So I think I went to Mexico, I came back, and I just seen the jersey hanging in my room. Like, what do I want to do with this jersey? And then I said for my next party, I'm going to take this jersey, go around the whole Toronto. Not Toronto, the whole Canada. I went to Montreal, went to Ottawa, Waterloo, that the fans are going to sign the jersey, and I'm going to be, making content as they're signing the jersey, hyping my party, And then, I went around and it was getting viral, and the party I did, went crazy and sold out. And then from there, I was just like, how can I make like Canadians actually fuck with Afrobeat? So anytime an Afrobeat artist is coming here, I'll just get them a jersey, and then I just do the same thing, get fans to sign the jerseys and make videos around it, show love to this artist, this artist, those kind of content. And then the artists started singing in Nigeria. And then they started appreciating that you hold this guy, promoting me in Canada, and then it just became a thing, right? But the funny thing is that my school daughter in high school in Nigeria sent me a message that, yo, you did this thing for me and for my birthday gifts in Nigeria when in high school, that I got her friends to sign a shirt for her and I gave her as a gift. And I'm just like, oh, I can't remember. So I've been doing this thing from time, but it didn't even click. It maybe just natural and everything. So like, yeah, it just became a trend. Started getting Raptors jerseys for the artists. People go around, sign it, and the artists, call me to present it to them on stage, or like they appreciate, the jersey. And I felt like that was a way to connect with them emotionally. Like, you see people sign jerseys, it means a lot to a lot of people. So get the fans to sign a jersey for an artist and give him as a gift, it shows appreciation from the fans also. So that was the sentiment behind the jersey and everything.
Yeah, no, that's actually amazing to hear and all that. And even just with that whole experience and all that, do you ever feel like you've came like a long way from, starting your first party like up until now? Or do you feel like there's more that needs to be done?
Oh, I realize I've come a long way from where I started, to be honest, because a lot of people didn't understand what I was and what I was doing. But at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of people begin to appreciate me. A lot of people call me now. A lot of people reach out to me. A lot of people show love, appreciate me. Yeah, it means a lot to me, to be honest. So yeah, from time I've come to now, even my social media, like the followers and everything, the journey to my 17K followers, meeting so many people, meeting so many celebrities. Yeah, it's been worth it, to be honest. It's been an amazing growth, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure, man. And, like with the entertainment industry and the music industry, there's like a lot of like misconceptions that do tend to go on. And like a lot of people have like different perspectives and all that too. So what are some misconceptions about the music and entertainment industry that, you would like to share specifically within like your scene and all that too? Do you feel like there is like some fact or fiction like regarding with what's going on and all that?
It's a very tricky industry, to be honest. Like you have to be very like prepared for a lot of stuff in the industry. A lot of people just think that, like, I have talent, like not about just the talent. Like you have to put the effort, you have to put the hard work, you have to have a good team, you have to have like the right people around you telling you the right thing to understand what's happening in the industry. So a lot of people don't understand that the music industry is like a music business. Like it's called music business for it's showbiz. Like there's a reason behind it. There's money behind it. There's things to be gained from this industry. So like people just think that you're just going as a passion and think that, things just, happen to this guy because people just think it's luck, but I don't think it's luck. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of, time, a lot of people put into it. So I feel like a lot of people don't understand that, but a lot of people are getting to understand that. So like, yeah, I would say that's one of them. One misconception I see from a lot of, artists in Toronto, coming from the promoter side, like like I said, it's a very, very difficult industry, to be honest. It's not something that you just want to go in and think everything is going to go smoothly. There are going to be a lot of fake people in the industry that you're going to see. There are going to be a lot of liars telling you things that want to benefit them. So you have to be careful, understand the game before you get into it, or have somebody that's around you that really understands the game. Because if you don't, you're going to do so many things that you wish you did not do. So just be careful before you enter the music industry. It's fun and everything if you have the right people around you, but it's also dangerous and toxic if you do not, pay attention to details and, get the right informations about, what's happening in the industry.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, there's like times that there's like bad clients, or there's like a situation where you go like a full 100 with like what are you doing, and not a lot of people like tend to enjoy it. So like I don't know if you've had experiences like that, and if you had like ways to like kind of like manage it in that sense too, or would you say like with the client situation it's been like good so far?
I mean, I understand. Before I work with somebody, I already understand the clients I'm dealing with. Like I think I can understand when I go around some people, right? I feel like from the energy I can understand the kind of person they are. So before I get into something with somebody, I already have a feeling that this person might, do this, or this person might act like this. So like most of the time it's not for the money I'm going for, it's more of the experience. So that what makes it more different for me. I definitely want some money sometimes. Sometimes some people promise you stuff and don't really pay you, but at the end of the day, it's not about the money. Experience is money. Like you pay to go to school, right? So like I feel like when these guys give me an opportunity to be in some certain places, they don't really keep to the deal. At the end of the day, there's always a plus in everything you do, right? There's negatives, but you can also get like good out of every negative. So like when I see bad clients, I always, anytime I work with people, right, I just try to add value to whatever, regardless of what they do to me. I just leave my stamp, and when I leave, you're gonna miss me and you want me back. And when you want me back, you have to come. You have to pay times 2 or times 3 of what I came in for.
No,
so
sure.
I know my value now. Now you want to come and be my friend and everything. I want to charge you now.
Yeah,
that's how it is, to be honest. So
yeah, that's facts. Because like yesterday's price is not today's like price in a way and all that. So
yeah. So like if you don't believe in me at that time, when you come to me, I don't have your time. If you want my time, I'm going to charge you for my time. So like, at that time, I was trying to tell you my vision. You really understand. I don't really blame people. At the end of the day, human beings are different. People are thinking differently. People have their own struggles. I mean, maybe we're not meant to work together. That can be it.
Yeah.
Like we're meant to work together. So yeah, I would say that.
Yeah. Do you have like an ideal like client that you're looking for too, or like you're very open to like working with like anybody?
No. That's like I work like at the end of the day. You have to pay bills, right? So you work with some certain. I won't say everybody. You work with. My slogan is "We hype the best." So I try with the hype. I try to work with people that are doing the best in their fields and everything. So yeah, I would say I'm looking for clients that are passionate about what they are doing. It's not about the money, like long-term growth, like long-term, not short-term. Some people have like short-term now. They want to just make the money now. If you don't make that money now, it's a problem. So yeah, I don't like those kind of people. Like long-term plans, let's plan, let's sit down, have a vision and try and complete the vision, because Rome wasn't built in a day, unfortunately. So if you think that you can get $1 billion or $1 million in like 2 years or 3 years, you're deceiving yourself, unfortunately.
Yeah, nah, that's facts. And I always like ask this for like people who run like businesses and like everything else too. So like, let's say like you have like someone like a Tyler or like someone like a Burna Boy, like they ask you for your services and they either request to work with like a reduced budget, or if they want your services for free, like how would you like tend to handle that situation?
I think if it's money, like I said, it's value, right? If I can see what I can get from them, at the end of the day, like the negotiation, right? If you can't give me the money, you have to give me other incentives that would, fit my value. Like, at the end of the day, Burna Boy has so much value, so there's a reason he will come to me and tell me, oh, can I do this thing for him? Because he has the power. If I work with him, I'll get more other clients from Burna Boy. If I do a really good job, because he's out there and everything, Burna Boy not only in Nigeria, he has fans all over the world. So if I do a good job for Burna Boy or Tyler, like you said, and then their fans see my work, I'm definitely going to get more business clients for them. So it's just a thing of communication. What do you want? Like, just come to the table. What do you want me to do? What value do you see in me that you think you can get from me? Like, how can we trade values? It's trade by barter.
Yeah.
It's just the Western world or people that brought money to the table. Before it was like, oh, you have a value, I have a value. I trade by barter and we work together. That's how it was before. So yeah, that's what I really do. Communication is the key part. Like, let's communicate. Let's see how we can get a middle ground and how we can work, and then how can we benefit from each other. That's the most important thing.
No, that's facts, man. No, I definitely agree too. And, like one situation that happened to you was like the whole Asake concert situation. So like, usually I think back in February, like you went to the show, you gave the jersey, you were like in the PR area, and then I think they kicked you out. And then I think also another situation like happened with like Tome, where she was expected to perform and it didn't work out. So tell me more about that. And was it something that you regret taking on, or in regards to like the organization of it?
No, because like the African promoters can be very, very tricky to be honest. Like, I haven't lied to you. Like, with me, like, I just feel like I put a lot of work, a lot of passion into my work, right? And a lot of people don't respect it. So, in some certain situations, I feel like some people envy me. I might not be 100% sure about that, but I feel like a lot of people envy me, or a lot of people don't understand what I'm doing, so they misunderstand me in some certain situation and think that I'm coming with like, vengeance or anger or hate. I'm very, very nice, tall teddy bear. I don't think I have any negative or I have any malice against anybody. So I feel like sometimes I'm being misunderstood from some certain situations. So like some promoters or some people around, or that just want to be, I won't say ignorant. I don't like being insulting people and everything, but some certain people just don't understand who is who, and then they just treat you in some certain kind of way. And sometimes it can be hurtful, but like we move on. Like I said, at the end of the day, when I gave Asake the jersey, right, I feel like the situation was when I was giving Asake the jersey, I think I had all my passes I think I had all the passes that I deserved and everything. And I think I came one of my boys, right? So like apparently when I was giving him the jersey, my boy was behind me, taking the contents of the jersey. And then I just seen them arguing, like my boy and the girl arguing, and I'm like, what's going on here? Like, and then they started shouting. Apparently someone shouted, he hits me, I hit her. I'm like, what's going on here? And then I think she kicked out my boy. They were having an argument and they kicked somebody out. And I went to the guy, I told her my peace of mind. I'm like, you just literally spot a moment. And I've actually probably doing her job, you don't know what's going on with everybody's mind. And then when I told her my mind, she told the guy to, kick me out. And then he kicks me out, and at the end of the day, like, just watching the whole show, Asake wore the jersey the whole show. Like, I gave him like the first song or second song, and he wore the jersey the whole show. And then with the situation with Tommy, because I work with Tommy and everything, and that's where the whole anger was building from, or like the whole bad energy was building from, because like from the time we got there till the time Tommy was meant to perform, a lot of things going on. They didn't treat Tommy nice, they didn't give her a room, they didn't respect her as a lady. I was really having that, because a lot of people don't tend to respect Tommy in Toronto. And what Tommy has done in the music industry is a lot, and I'm privileged to work with Tommy, so I just feel like they're not respecting her a lot. These are an artist that achieved so much in the industry for the African community, and you guys don't really want to treat her like a human being. And then so many things were going on at disorganization, and the next thing they were telling her, oh, she's not performing, she's performing. And what the fuck is going on here? Like, just tell us what's going on. And they said she's not performing. I'm like, like, it's really fucked up. Like, we've been here since 5 o'clock. Like, this, even out of everybody that was trying to open, Tommy's like one of the biggest artists. She has like accolades and everything, and we've been here since 5 o'clock. We even came here early, to be professional, and you guys want to treat us like this, and then you guys keep me out from the show. But what it is, everything happens for a reason. Maybe God did not want Tommy to perform on that stage that day. Yeah. You never know and everything. So that's what happened, and we moved on. I still talk to the promoter. I still see them around. At the end of the day, united we stand, divided we fall. Yeah. People have their bad sides. Everybody has their bad side. Everybody has their good sides. So we can't really complain too much. Yeah, no, I know what you mean too, because like I know with organization and everything else too, it could be like a lot in terms of like running a big event too. I mean, Cultureland and like, Kingston Fest, like they were like festivals that could have been better, but weren't like in the best way possible to. Even like having like someone like Wizkid or someone like Thames like coming to Toronto, because I know Wizkid was supposed to perform like I think a year or two ago, and then they canceled the thing, and then I think Thames was supposed to do the whole Budweiser stage show, and then I think some stuff happened with her visa. But sometimes too, like it progresses. Like once time comes, like working with the right people, and like a lot of them are now with like Live Nation or with other bigger platforms.
to do like bigger shows and all that. Like I know Shansia is like doing Danforth music. I think history, and then Danforth musical, and then I think Thames is like doing history as well too. So and that's like with like Live Nation rap season 2. So
yeah, I think it bold you to do like history. And but the thing with that is it's tricky, right? Because the thing with Live Nation tends to own a majority of the venues in Toronto, and if you want to use any of their venues, Live Nation wants to have a bit of a bite of your event. So it's now hard for local promoters to actually do the shows because Live Nation owns all the events right now. And they have all the resources. So if you want to compete with them, you're definitely going to spend a lot more money. Like look at the Asake show at the Scotiabank Arena. It was a local artist, but he probably spends a lot more money than Live Nation will pay. So it's sad that Live Nation is coming. All the work that a lot of us will have done, like, promoting the culture, putting the music out there, and then, Live Nation comes and, wants it right over a cake. But it's what it is, like, it's politics. You have to play your politics right, and that's why we have to develop Africa and, figure out how we're going to, get back to Africa and help Africa, to be honest, because that's our home and everything. So.
Yeah. No, that's facts, man. And, lately, you had like the idea of like wanting to set up like boxing matches. So how did that like come about? And if it's like something that's like in the works right now?
Okay, so like I just like that. I think I had the whole Instagram. I call my guys Femi, but there's one guy called Portable and Charles Okocha in Nigeria. So they did like a fake celebrity box match where like we just beef each other and then we make it seem like we're actually fighting, and then we have a boxing match, celebrity box match. Me and one of an influencer in Canada would literally, box each other and everything. So yeah, we spoke about it. I called him out on Instagram and we're trying to, plan and everything, but he hasn't really responded to it. I don't know why, but like, yeah, it was something I actually wanted to do, but like, if he's not down, I'll probably find someone else to do with. I feel like it's just something fun. You do a celebrity boxing match, get people to come, play music, entertainment, comedy. And yeah, it's just what happens with it. So I just inspired from something I saw in Nigeria. Like a celebrity box match. Yeah, like I think Jake Paul, that kind of vibe, Jake Paul that kind of thing.
I know what you mean too.
Yeah,
yeah, like I know like a lot of like Toronto rappers have like even had discussions about boxing matches too. I mean, there was like this white artist like named Zero from like Mississauga that wanted to like a boxing match with like another artist named like Mula First too, and like this other guy named Supreme Swiss. So like a lot of people have like those talks about it, like female rappers have those talks about it. So it just kind of depends on the energy and everything else too. Like I remember, I think even 2016, like Soulja Boy and Chris Brown were supposed to fight, for some reason, but it didn't happen, so.
Yeah, well, it happened in Nigeria still, so that's really funny still. That's something that I actually wanted to do with somebody, because like I feel like the Toronto scene is kind of boring. Like there's nothing really happening here, so I'm always thinking about different ideas of how to like get new ideas or like get ideas that we liked as kids and bring it to our and like as we're adults and everything. So yeah, different ideas. I had a talent show like 2 months ago where like I get different talents come and perform and I give them like $1,000 to the winner. And everything. So yeah, I'm always just, talent shows back in high school was like, something that a lot of people liked and everything. So yeah, boxing match, and who wants to box me, come on, I'm down to box anybody. I feel like just boxing somebody, like I'm just trying to
Yeah, I know what you mean, man. Nah, like we'll definitely figure out something, we'll probably see something in the works, and like usually for a person, that's been in Toronto for like so long, like where do you get like your African food like in the city and all that? Do you have like your go-to spots?
I cook, so that's an advantage. Was when I go to my go-to spot, SK Cooks. SK Cooks, big shout out to SK Cooks. SK Cooks always showing me love, like a Nigerian restaurant. Actually, my friend that owns it, Sasuka, I really appreciate you. Yeah, that's my first option. I would say Mount Afro. There's Afro Spice. There's Benway. There's so many Nigerian foods. Just Google it. I trust my Nigerian people. They will always give you the best food. But like, I would just give a shout out to SK Cooks. That's what I'm gonna really give. Like, it's a Liberty Village. If you want to check it out.
Yeah. Have you had like Ethiopian food before and all that?
Huh?
Ethiopian food?
Ethiopian food. Yeah, I've been to Ethiopia like once. Yeah, I've been to Ethiopia. I have a couple of Ethiopian food. Yeah, I think there's some food that are very, very similar to like Nigerian food. So
I mean, Lollybala is like a good spot too if you want like injera, dorowats, like all that type of stuff too. Like stuff like on the Danforth, like they also have some good stuff. I think Queen of Sheba like also has some good food too. So yeah, definitely check those out. Like if you want like Ethiopian food and all that. As far as like other food, I haven't had like a lot of like Nigerian food yet or anything else too, so I'll definitely check out the spots too, like either way. So
yeah, check it out. Nigerian food is actually really tasty. I feel like it's the best food in the world. Maybe I'm Nigerian. I'm being biased, but I'm Nigerian, so I would say Nigeria is the best food, to be honest.
Like, would you say like the jollof's like better than like Ghana?
Jollof, the rice and stew, rice and beans, beans and bread. Yam porridge, pounded yam and egusi, eforiro, pepper snail, jollof pasta, yam and egg. Oh my God, there's so much food, man. Like, I can't start thinking about rice suya, goat meat, ram
the
suya.
fufu, nah.
Yeah, so many food, man.
Nah, I know what you mean, bro. And I mean, even with the Afrobeat scene right now, because there's like a lot of artists like popping in right now with the sound. Do you feel like there should be some changes in the direction of where the Canadian Afrobeat scene should go to, or do you feel like it's fine the way it is?
I feel like a lot of people, African artists in Toronto, just need more funding and more direction. Understanding the scene, because a lot of politics going on in the scene. Like in every industry, there's a lot of politics, but like I feel like they don't pay attention to a lot of Afrobeat artists, and I feel like a lot of Afrobeat artists are not really true to the Afrobeat sound. Like if you want to be true to the Afrobeat sound, you have to be listening to what's happening back home. So I feel like a lot of artists here are not really tapping into the sounds back home, or they're late to the sounds, because the sounds move fast, really fast back home. So if you don't really listen to it, you will not catch on the wave. So I feel like a lot of Toronto or Canadian Afrobeat artists, I feel like the Canadian record label have a certain kind of Afrobeat artists they want, and the Afrobeat artists they want are not really the ones that can give them what they want. But they don't really understand it, because the people that work in that industry don't really, or work in those companies, don't really know what Afrobeats or Afrobeats is, or Afrofusion. So they just think they know, and then they pick the wrong people. So I feel like a lot of Afrobeat artists are just not getting the right opportunities, and they're just creating platforms. Like it's a growing industry. A lot of people are just understanding the music, understanding the sound. So yeah, I feel like that would be something I would say about the Canadian Afrobeat artists in Canada. But there are a couple of people that are trying. It's not easy. Like the music industry is not easy. Funding yourself, getting people to listen to your music, getting fans to listen to your music. And Canada is a really small country too, and a lot of competition here. So hopefully we can get to where we want to go to.
No, for sure. And like the whole like crab in the bucket mentality and all that too, because I know like it's like generic for like all scenes too, because there's always the whole screw face capital stuff and all that going on. So
yeah. So yeah, leave that. So
as far as like any recommendations, like I usually like I have like a playlist where I have like like Toronto artists on, or every artist like on. So if you can give me like free songs from like any Toronto Canadian like Afrobeat artist that you're like listening to right now, who would you recommend like just like for their songs, and for people to like know more and like listen about like Afrobeats and all that?
So I would say Azanti, Ninja Funk, Everything Ocean, and Bolu Ajibade, Basmati Rice, D1 Wave, I Woke Up Here. I would say Tome, she just released a new song, Fine Pass, a really new EP. Just take Tome. Tome has a lot of good albums and good projects. Yeah, check out Zion. I think I've named like 5 artists. There's Shewa. Shewa too is someone that makes like Afro soul, Afro R&B, like she's using the guitar, live music. So you can check Shewa out too. A lot of artists, there are a lot of artists. Like I've mentioned, Dolo the Gifted, Borosian, Mike Truth, Zenso. Oh, there's so many of them. I can't even think. Ose. There's so many of them, man. Like I can't even lie to you. So
that's facts, man. And we just have like these like couple questions like left and all that too. But like as someone within like your position and all that has like worked with like a lot of stuff going on, like how do you deal with your mental health? And do you ever feel like at times it could be like overwhelming, or do you feel like you tend to manage it like pretty well?
I actually talk to my mom. Actually, if I'm feeling down, I just call my mom. My mom are really close, so I feel like that's one that helps my mental health. I feel like anytime I'm feeling down, I just call my mom, and then we just talk, read the Bible, pray. She just believe in myself. By the end of the day, if you're feeling depressed or your mental health is not ready, just think about life. Like your life. Like there's some people that are in the hospital. There's some people that don't have legs. There's some people that don't have hands. People that don't have eyes, cannot eat properly, have kidney problems. So you're privileged to have all those things. So just appreciate life. You might be broke. Yeah, I've been bad down, but like I'm privileged to have people that have helped me, or friends that believe in me, that if I reach out to them, they can help me 1 and 2. So at the end of the day, man, whatever you're going through, just appreciate life, because at the end of the day, someone might be going through something worse than you. So just appreciate life. It might be hard. A lot of people, even rich people, go through a lot of stuff. But just, like I said, just appreciate life and just try and be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself and just try and live life. I'll tell you, everybody has there are low points. Everybody has the high points. So I have my mental stress. So I'm feeling like I'm not good enough. Or I just call my mom, and I'm happy that she's always there to like be there for me and advise me and encourage me. What I'm going through.
Yeah, no, that's facts, man. And no, I definitely agree with like a lot of the points too. Like prayer, like talking to family, like that all works out either way too, and all that. And I know like as far as like this year and all that too. Like I know you have the BNXN show that's coming up like tomorrow. Even though like not a lot of people can like access this like once like it uploads, like definitely check out the show too. We'll be promoting it like on IG for a bit as well too. And but what else do you have going on next in terms of like other stuff going on? And do you have any like closing remarks?
Also, Benson live in Toronto tomorrow. Big shout out to Benson. I really love him. Really cool dude. If you don't know Benson, go check him out. He has a really amazing music out there. After the Benson show, I think I have a boat party I'm doing during Caribana weekend. There's also an Afrobeat festival on the 3rd of August. Smile Cool, Kiss Daniel, Nas Boy, Bad Boy Thames. We'll be live in Toronto, August 3rd and 4th. And then Ruga is also coming to Toronto in October. Thames is coming here. My boy JK Kenny has his comedy show. Yeah, they'll have it. Just check my Instagram. I always post a lot of events that I'm affiliated with. So like if you don't know my Instagram, check my Instagram out, Fusi Hype, FUSI Hype. And then you see all the contents and I promote the best events. So if you see any events I'm promoting, just check it out. And yeah, it's always fun. Anytime I'm around, it's always a good time, to be honest.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. And Fusi, it was like dope having you on, man.
I thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
And I hope to see the content and see what we discuss, and hopefully everyone can gain one and twos and understand me properly, because it's not easy to understand Fusi Hype. People that do not understand me or are probably jealous of me or hating on me. I don't know if people are jealous or hating. Maybe I'm just feeling it. But like if you're feeling that way, just if I've done anything to just forgive me. I'm just on this podcast, thank you for having me on this podcast. I'm glad I got to share my one and twos here. Yeah. And yeah, we'll definitely try and do this again in the future, hopefully.
Yeah, likewise, man. We'll definitely have you back on, man. And, this is Josh, also known as Yashu, episode 95 of the TLOY Talks podcast. I know the Benson show is going to be tomorrow, but I know, like, we might get, like, the tickets, like, once it's, like, uploaded. So, like, definitely check out the other events coming on with Thames, with Ruger, with all the other, like, Afrobeat events coming up, like, especially the boat party in Caribana. Like, definitely check this out, like, once this is, like, released and all that, too. And, definitely check out all the other content as well, too. Check out with Fusi's page and all that on his IG, promoting a lot of events and much more. And, definitely check out the platform, too. YouTube, Buzzsprout, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and much more and all that. And, yeah, also check out the Patreon too, like subscribe, to become like a member and all that too. You get exclusive content from there. And yeah, this is Josh, also known as Yashu, with the legendary Fusi Hype, episode 95 of TLOY Talks, signing off.